Anyway, like I said yesterday, I was planning on doing at least one video a day about the Bible. So today I'm going to go ahead and talk about the King James Version of Genesis 1:1. It starts, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And evening and the morning were the first day. And the evening and the morning were the first day. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. And the evening and the morning were the second day. And God said, "Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the water he called seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Yet let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth." And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. And God said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days and years, and let them be for lights in the firmament of heaven to give light upon the earth." And it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made stars also. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. And God said, "Let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven." And God created great whales, and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth." And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping things, and beasts of the earth after his kind." And it was so. And God made the beast of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let us make man in our image after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowl of the air, over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth." So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, "Be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the earth, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth." And God said, "Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of the earth, and every tree in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed to you shall it be for meat. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat." And it was so. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening of the morn in the morning were the sixth day. So there's some interesting things there. Well, so I was able to read that without accreditation technically, but I'm going to do that. King James Version from BibleGateway.com, uh, because that is in the public domain, as it's 400 years old. But there's some interesting things in this because God gives them all of these things to be in charge of, and He's like, "You can eat everything." At no point in Genesis 1 does he say that you can't eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. In this version, um, what I find interesting is that he called the light day and the darkness night, so you have those both being capitalized, which makes me think of, I know Nyx is the goddess of night and Aurora is the goddess of the dawn. Who was the goddess of the day? Um, Hemera is and Nyx is night. Okay, so yeah. So those could be there, but then the thing is that Greek religion came before. The Bible was written for the most part. A lot of it did. It's kind of contemporary. Like the Odyssey was written down right around the same time as the Holy Bible. Um, the firmament thing is interesting because a lot of flat earthers use that. But at no point did it say that the Earth is flat. It just said there's a firmament that just separates Earth from heaven. So it's one of those things where it's like, yeah. Um, I don't know why the first animal he created was a whale. That doesn't make any sense. Uh, a whale. Whales. Why? I was the first creature he created a whale. And in this one, there's nothing about Eve being created from a rib of Adam, nor is there anything about Adam. It just says he created man in their image, which is the image of God or gods. In my opinion, it's multiple gods. In my opinion, there are multiple gods mentioned in this. You have the god of the night, you have the goddess of wisdom, you have Apollo and Artemis in here as well, or Helios and Selene, um, as the goddess of the moon and sun, the goddess of the moon and sun. So that's at least five gods in there. Now, realistically, that Nyx came before Zeus, and Apollo and Artemis came after Zeus, but the other two were Titans. It's a whole thing there. So yeah, yeah, it's confusion of myths here in this Bible. Uh, Now, at the time, we did know the Earth was round. Some Greeks and some Egyptians had already known that. And replenish the earth. Be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth is interesting because this is before the flood myth. This is before Noah, way before Noah. It's the story of creation. Why would he say replenish the earth? Um, I feel like that might just be King James saying something about King James, but I don't really know. It's one of those things where I'm like, what is he trying to say here? Uh, But giving them all of the food, that makes sense because at the time, if it's a creation myth, you're not going to know what is and isn't safe. So God just says, well, okay, you can have everything. Um, and then it doesn't say anything about the Sabbath here. It just goes to the sixth day of creation. And then on the second one, which we'll do tomorrow, um, which we'll do tomorrow, and the second one it goes to today. But it's really weird to me to think about that. Think about all the stuff with the Bible, especially in Genesis. Genesis has a lot of weird stuff in it, a lot of stuff that you can see that comes from other mythologies, so it's cool. I do believe that there are at least five gods, including the supreme god, creator god, mentioned in here. Now, could the creator god be chaos? Maybe, but probably not. I think it's more likely that it's just, Adonai or, the Tetragrammaton there. You are allowed to say the name of that in academic contexts, but it just still feels like you shouldn't. So I don't think I'm going to unless it's like directly, explicitly stated in the Bible. Adonai just means Lord. But yeah, I think the Genesis one has multiple gods in it, and I also find it very interesting that Adam is not directly mentioned in Genesis 1 because everybody's like, yeah, in the beginning God created Adam and Eve. But did he? What's happening here? Day six, he's created man in their image, and it's a whole thing where you got to think. But yeah, anyway, glad you tuned in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This video is not sponsored or monetized actually yet, um, as I currently have not reached the milestones required to apply for monetization on YouTube, which is fine. I hopefully will eventually, uh, and I hopefully will be able to get sponsors at some point, uh, because I'd like to be able to use YouTube as a means of extra income to help save for retirement. Essentially, my plan is once YouTube is monetized, once I finish school too, is to use YouTube as a way of making money to retire with, and then just holding it there. So yeah, looking forward to that. Gonna be probably a video every day about the Bible, in addition to my sports predictions every day. Um, so that's two videos a day. Mariners videos will be coming soon. I did a Mariners video yesterday, so not much. But yeah, thanks for joining, and I will see you guys either later today or tomorrow.